I have no idea what. Okay, so I think I'm live now. I think it says I'm live. So okay, no, now I'm live. Okay, so I think I can just save this. I think when I end this, sorry if I'm mumbling. I am just not a streamer. I think the way that this works, what I'm trying to do right now, I feel like an old fuddy-duddy. What I'm trying to do is to record a video that I can then upload. It looks like you have to create a stream, and then once you are done with your stream, I guess you click end stream, and then it will publish it. Okay, so what motivated me to do today's video? So I wanted to do kind of a quick COVID wrap up, and then I just watched a video like 5 minutes ago on YouTube, and it was I might link to that video in the description possibly, but it was done by Art Berman and another YouTuber. It was about 11 months old, and it was interesting to me because it really shows that there was most of the oil production that we've been experiencing in the last 10 months, if it's true. And to be honest with you, I haven't been keeping up to date with oil production numbers and supplies and sources and stuff, but it looks like that it's basically all just tight oil, and that the decline is basically still happening. So it made me want to do this video. And there's a few things that I'm seeing that are happening in the economy that make me feel like that it still is like, I think basically I had a perception when I first learned about, I was working as a software developer, and during the crash in 2000, so I was working in technology in around like 2000 till 2005, and I came back from Singapore, and when I was over in Singapore, I encountered like some oil traders, and I got some information while I was over there that really impacted me as a person for a long time, and that's what started me off, because as a system analyst, as a software architect, it was kind of my job to figure out how systems work and understand like big systems and how the whole systems work together. And so after speaking with those oil traders, that was how I got introduced to oil. And when I got back into Canada, that was really when, that's when I got interested essentially into peak oil. And I started following it very deeply at the time. And I think there's a pretty big connection between technology, energy, and by extension, oil. So you can't kind of you can look at one independently, but they're all sort of like tightly interconnected. And I had worked in finance, so I had a pretty strong understanding of money, of different levels of like types of capital, the stock market, finance, how all of that kind of worked together. So I was getting like kind of all the different pieces, right? Understanding the system analysis aspect, understanding the money, understanding how these big pieces fit together. And that's how I got very interested in it. So I wanted to make a quick video today because I think right today, I mean, since I made a video 2 years ago, and since that time, Bitcoin's been continuing to rise, gold has been continuing to rise, tech market has been like the stock prices are going up, but from what I can see, AI is continuing to expand, and I can talk about. I think I might do another video separately about that topic, maybe in the near term. No promises, but maybe not. I have a little bit of spare time right now, so it's something that I could consider doing. But AI has been continuing to develop. But I think if I look at the stock market and I look at it from like a trading perspective, it looks like it's probably going to continue to go for a while. But it seems like to me that most people, I see a lot of people that are walking around feeling like they've got a lot of money, or at least that's their perception. And in my experience, most people are kind of dumb when it comes to money. So I'm expecting that there's going to be a big crash coming. Especially because, you can't have these big tech companies set up the way they are without, just running on like a skeleton AI crew. Like it's not going to happen. So not right now. Maybe soon. It could be that it will happen soon, but I don't think we're there yet. So I'm expecting that while they're making money hand over fist right now, I think there's going to be some kind of a crash coming. That's my feeling. Also, I mean, what's happening with, I think, well, we're all kind of hoping that the things are going to work out, right? In the near term. So we'll see how that goes. But it seems like to me with, this war in Europe, I was talking about it 2 years ago on this video, and then it's still happening now. And if anything, it's much worse now. There's been several different escalations. I wanted to make a separate video about that, just talking about like all the different escalations. But to me, that whole conflict at its core is it's an oil conflict. It's an energy conflict. It's energy politics at its core. So yeah, I wanted to kind of to get in. I think the COVID story is pretty much finished, and at this point now, companies want people back to work. The economy's trying to get back into the old sort of conventional path, and I see that it's hitting that up against that wall there. So that's something that I think is pretty. It's very interesting thing. I think the timing is very interesting. And if Art Berman is right, and that this may be like the Wile E. Coyote moment, right, where it's like they just have to look down. It's like the economy is going right, but it hasn't. People aren't looking down to see that they're not running on the ground anymore. They're just shooting off off a cliff. So yeah, all right. I'm gonna stop now. That's 10 minutes.